In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Appwrite Database. By the end, you'll have a new database set up inside a fresh project, a table created, and some data added so you can start building or prototyping right away. Start by opening the Appwrite console in your browser and signing in. From the main console page, create a new project. Give it a clear, descriptive name, something that reflects the app or feature you're working on, so you can find it easily later. Once the project is created, click into it to open the project dashboard. Inside your project, look to the left-hand sidebar and open the Databases section. This is where all your databases for this project will live. Click the button to create a new database. You'll be prompted to enter a name. Choose a concise, readable name. If you're planning to have multiple databases, naming them by domain or feature area can help keep things organized. When you're happy with the name, confirm to create the database. After creation, you'll land inside the database view. Across the top, you'll see several tabs that are worth knowing about. The first is Tables. This is where you define your structure, the tables that will hold your data, and ultimately the rows inside them. If you've used spreadsheets or relational databases before, this will feel familiar. Next, you'll see Backups. Backups let you capture snapshots of your database so you can restore data if something goes wrong. It's a good practice to establish a backup routine before you make large changes to structure or import a lot of new data. There's also a Usage tab. Usage is your window into activity and resource consumption, things like reads, writes, and storage. It helps you understand what's happening over time and can be useful for performance tuning or cost awareness as your app scales. Finally, the Settings tab contains general configuration for your database. This is where you can change basic metadata and review options that affect the database as a whole. Be cautious here, as some actions can be destructive. Always double check what you're applying. With that quick tour done, return to the Tables tab to start structuring your data. Click the option to create a table. You'll be asked for a table name. Keep it simple and singular, like user, order, product, or task, whatever best describes a single record in this table. Good naming helps you and your teammates quickly understand what belongs where. Create the table to add it to your database. You may be prompted to apply your changes. Click Apply to confirm. Think of this as committing the structure so the database knows about the new table and can use it immediately. If you ever stage changes to your schema, applying them ensures everything is finalized and consistent. With your table in place, it's time to add some data. You have two convenient options. First, you can create rows manually. This is great for quick tests, demos, and verifying that your table behaves as expected. Adding a couple of real-looking records helps front-end views and APIs return meaningful results as you build. Alternatively, you can generate sample data. This is a fast way to populate your table with placeholder records so you can test pagination, filtering, or UI layouts without spending time typing. Sample data is perfect for early prototyping and can be removed later when you're ready for real content. To recap, you opened the Appwrite console, created a project, navigated to databases, and set up a new database with a clear name. You toured the key tabs: tables for structure, backups for safety, usage for monitoring, and settings for configuration. Then you created a table, applied your changes, and populated it with either manually created rows or generated sample data. From here, you can continue building features on top of your data model and refine your structure as your needs evolve. Keep naming consistent, apply changes thoughtfully, and review backups and usage periodically so your database stays reliable as your app grows. That's it for this walkthrough. If you follow along, you'll have a working Appwrite database ready for your next feature or prototype. Thanks for watching and happy building.